This is a practice video for descriptive statistics, mean, median, mode, skewness. I recommend you working through the practice problems on your own and then watching to make sure you have the correct answer, or that you have any questions, you can kind of check in on them. So the first thing is that we have 9 Indy 500 races and their winning times. And they are in order least to greatest, which we know is important for mean and median, and also the percentiles. So the first question is find the mean and median and compare them. Well, to find the mean, we have to add them all together. If you add all of these numbers together, you end up with 1,655, and there are 9 of them. So when I divide by 9, I get 183.89, and that's the mean. Well, the median, if you recall, you've got to work your way to the middle. We want the middlemost number, and it's because there's an odd number, there's just one. So 186 is the median. Now, if the mean, in this case, the mean is less than the median, so this data is skewed left. Mean is less, skewed left, right? That's kind of how it works. There's the comparison. Now, in question number 2, it says find the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles. Well, we've already found the 50th percentile because we found the median. So because it was 186 exactly, cuts it right in half. Now, I find the median of the front half, which is 2 numbers, which means it falls in between those two. 164 plus 176, then divide by 2 is 340. Divide by 2 and you end up with 170, right? The number right between those two. Erase these. On the right, cut, we have these 2 numbers. 191 plus 200 is 391. Divide by 2 is 195.5. Recall from, I didn't put it in there. It's right between those. So, to check to make sure you're accurate, 2 data points, 2 data points, 2 data points, 2 data points. You should have an equal number of data points between each vertical line separating each of the quartiles. All right. Now, number 3, we're going to stick with those. If the smallest winning time were changed to a smaller number, would the median change? Would the mean change? And if so, how? So we're looking back at this data set, and we're saying this number. Let's pretend we change that to be 140. What does it affect? Does it affect the median? Start with the median. Is that going to affect the middle number if you work your way to the middle? No. The median is unchanged because it doesn't affect the middle numbers. It only affects the very smallest one. So the median stays unchanged. But what about the mean? If we change this to 140, how would the mean change? Well, when you add them all together, you're going to get a smaller number here. So the mean is going to get smaller because we have less numbers or a smaller total when we add them all together. All right, let's go to a new data set to find the mean, median, mode, and then how it's skewed. Well, remember, the first thing you have to do is put these in order least to greatest. So I'm going to do that first. I've got a 4 and a 4. I'm going to cross them out as I write them down. I've got a 5. I've got a 6. I've got 3 7s. 1, 2, 3. I've got an 8, 9, 11. And I like to line them up right underneath because that makes it a little bit easier to see. So the mean, to find the mean, we add them all together. And when I add all of these together, I end up with 68. There are 10 numbers, so my average is 6.8. And that makes sense. It's about right there, right? It fits. The median, I got to find my way to the middle. And when I do that, I find that there are 2 numbers in the middle. In this case, they're both 7s. So when I split the difference, I end up with 14 divided by 2. My median is 7. And what is the mode? Well, 7 is there 3 times, so the mode also is 7. Now, when we're looking at skewness, left, right, or symmetrical, remember you're comparing the mean, 6.8, to the median, which is 7. Well, 6.8 is less than 7, so this is skewed left, because less means left. And number 5, explain how you would expect the heights of women Olympic volleyball players to be distributed. Well, if you think about this, we'll put heights here on the bottom, and we'll put the number of players with those heights on the side. If we put 5 foot over here and 6 foot over here, When I think of the Olympic volleyball team, they're all like 6', 6'4", 6'3". You might have the libero who's 5'6", but there's just not very many, right? There's a bunch of 6-footers, and then you have like a couple, 5-6ers. So therefore, this data would be skewed left because the tail is to the left. And that, I believe, is your practice for descriptive statistics.